Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Christina and I am a fashion reseller on the POSHMARK app. You can find me on Instagram at little.black.hanger. You can also find me on POSHMARK at littleblackhanger without the vowels. We need to talk. Today, it's gonna be a sit down chit chat video. If you're not down for one of those, sorry, but this is something that I just need to get out of my system so that we can move on and be creative and happy and fun on this channel.
This just gotta get things off her chest today.
This has been something that has been weighing super heavily on my mind, and it has caused me to take a Instagram social media break. As you saw by the title, I'm going to be talking about things that I think we as a reseller community should stop doing because it's toxic behavior, it's negative behavior, and really it just ruins the entire reseller community experience. And that is something that I feel like we all enjoy, and that's one aspect of this job that we all love because we're not working typical 9-to-5 jobs, and so we don't really have coworkers. All of you guys are my coworkers, and the reseller community is my work family. So to see all of this negativity within the reseller community
really kills my vibe.
And I know it's not all about me, but you know what? I feel like it kills a lot of people's vibes, and I feel like this community is just being like sucked into a negative hole of darkness, and I don't want that to happen. So that's what we're talking about today. Like I said, if you're not down for this video, click off of it. I'll see you Friday. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. I get it.
See you Friday. Bye.
But I really need to talk about this. So let's talk about it. The first thing I want to talk about is people posting screenshots of POSHMARK customers lowball offering them. This drives me up the wall because it has become so frequent and almost like an everyday thing for people to post about their lowball offers. Now, before anyone comes in the comments and says,
Christina, you've done this before.
Yes, I have. I am guilty of this negative behavior, and I'm telling you right now that it's wrong. It does nothing to help the situation. I know it's good to rant, but that's not the way to do it. And I apologize for posting something like that. When I first started on POSHMARK, I was one of those people who would get super offended about lowball offers. I would complain about it on social media sometimes. And I even had one of these little signs posted in my POSHMARK closet. And let me tell you why. Because it is such a frequent thing in the POSHMARK community or the reseller community. Me being a new posher at the time, I thought that this was normal and that this was okay behavior, I guess. Everyone was doing it, so I was like, I'm gonna do it because I want to fit in. I want to be, a part of this community, and I thought that that was the way to do it. So that's the message that we're sending new POSHMARK resellers, that this is okay, that when people send you a lowball offer, it's okay to screenshot it and put it on social media. And not only is it okay to screenshot it, but it's also okay to, now I'm seeing people aren't even bothering to blur the POSHMARK username. They're just like leaving it all out there. And I think that was like the tip of the iceberg for me with this, is that, and I've had some of you guys, reach out to me and say, thank you for, not posting posts like this. That's all I see in my news feed. It is very irritating to see. And I agree, like, I don't want to see this in my newsfeed. There's a difference between being real and just being negative. I encourage you guys to be real and be honest about your struggles and what's going on in your daily life, but also take other people's lives into consideration while you're doing it. If you're tearing someone else down, then that's the difference. You see what I mean? It's not you being real and you speaking your truth, it's you attacking someone else. I feel like I'm rambling. Let me get back on track. This has been a thing for a while where people will screenshot their lowball offers, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's like where someone, say you have an item listed for $50, someone sends you an offer for $10, and you counter back $49. People are screenshotting that and putting it on Instagram. Not in their stories, I mean sometimes in their stories, but I've seen a lot of people posting it to their actual Instagram page, like as a post, where it's just there
forever.
But now it's become a thing where not only are they screenshotting that, but they're now not even caring to blur out the name of the person who sent them that offer. And that is just it's wrong. And I'm sorry if you do this. I'm not trying to attack you. I'm just here to inform you what that looks like to people from the outside looking in. Think about it this way. If you sent an offer to someone on POSHMARK, that offer is private for a reason. It's private between you and the seller, and it should stay that way. If those offers were meant to be public, POSHMARK would make them public, but they're not, because it's dealing with money and the price of something, and that should be between buyer and seller and no one else. I shouldn't have to worry as a customer that if I send someone an offer that they feel is too low, that they're gonna make a post about it and bash me on social media for it. And that leads me into my next point. We as a community have to stop getting so
offended
about lowball offers. And I know it's hard. I know it is so hard when you list something for $50 and someone sends you an offer for $10. I know it's hard to not initially get angry because you know that this is how you live. This is how you make a living. This is how you put food in your belly. This is how you pay for the roof over your head. You know that. The customer may not know that. They probably don't. 9 times out of 10, a lot of people don't even know about reselling. They don't know reselling is a thing. They have no idea. Also, of course they're gonna send you an offer for $10. If I thought that I could get someone to sell me a $50 item for $10, why wouldn't I try to do that? POSHMARK is a place that people go to get good deals on things. And they know that they can negotiate a good price. That's what the platform's for. Otherwise, there wouldn't be an offer button. There wouldn't be that negotiation process. It would just be a flat rate. Like, this is my price, that's it. There's no wiggle room. POSHMARK was designed for you to negotiate back and forth with someone to meet at a common ground. They get a good deal, they're satisfied. You sold an item, you're satisfied. We as resellers should be welcoming any and all offers. If somebody makes you an offer for $10 on a $50 item, meet them in the middle, okay? Or whatever you're comfortable with. Don't be petty and counter back $49. That's ridiculous. And obviously they're not going to counter back or they're going to decline, because to me, if I sent someone an offer for, whatever amount of money and they countered back only $1 lower than their asking price, then it doesn't take an idiot to realize that, okay, this person is mad and they got an attitude. You know what I'm saying? So look at it from that perspective. That person is not trying to offend you. They're not out here like,
oh, let me send this person a $10 offer so that I can piss them off today.
It's not personal, so stop taking it that way. Always, always, always counter offer. Stop declining lowball offers. you're losing business, you're losing customers, and frankly, it just doesn't look good from a business standpoint. That tells your customer right there that you're not willing to negotiate on any prices, so you might as well set your prices as firm and move on. You know what I mean? It just sends a bad message. And when you get lowball offers, stop posting about it on social media. Think about it from that customer's point of view. If I was a customer, and like I said, I sent an offer to someone that offended them and they posted it on social media, and then I just happened to follow them on social media because, you know what? Social media is a small world, whether we realize that or not. It's very easy to find things on social media.
You're not as hidden as you think you are.
So say I go on social media and I see that this reseller has posted my private offer just for the whole world to see. And not only did they do that, but they didn't blur out my username. So now I have a whole community of resellers who doesn't like me because my offer offended someone. But not even that, it's a private thing. It's called a private offer for a reason. That's because it's meant to be between buyer and seller. That's it. Just keep your private stuff private. It's okay to post about real things. It's okay to rant sometimes and to let off some steam. I think that's what this video is anyways. And I'm not saying that it's not okay to, say that you're having a bad day and say that, I feel like I'm getting a lot of lowball offers today. There's nothing wrong with that, but don't post private things to social media, I guess is what I'm saying. Keep that to yourself and keep that within your business walls, because at the end of the day, those posts don't make the customer look bad, they make you look bad. It's not tasteful.
And nobody likes to see it.
Like every time I scroll through social media, that's all I see now. It's just like, and I've had to unfollow so many people. People want to come to social media to be inspired and to have a little break from their hectic day and to, see some happiness or some real truth and life. And unfortunately, our feeds are being filled with all this negativity, and it's gotta stop. Moving on to the next topic, because I feel like I've talked about that topic
way too much.
Next topic of conversation: stop tearing people down for doing things differently than you. This is another thing that I've seen a lot of in the reseller community, and frankly, it makes me sick. It makes me really sick. I've always told you guys this from day one. It is your business, so you do what works for you. You have to conduct your business the way that it works for you, because everyone's business is different. We all have different situations. We all work differently. We all have different talents. We all have different ways of looking at things.
And that is okay.
If somebody wants to price an Anthropologie top at $15, let them. It's okay. It's not your business.
I mean, I don't know how else to put it.
There is no reason for people who price things lower than other resellers to be getting bullied for it. That is what works for them. They have realized that they want a higher turnover rate, that they, are okay with a lower profit margin. They like to move inventory fast, and that is their decision. Not everybody has the capacity to store 1,000 items and just, hold out for that perfect buyer who's gonna pay $75 for something. Not everybody has that ability. And also, not everybody likes to run their business that way. Some people like to have a higher turnover rate. They like to get things out the door quickly while still making a profit. And that's just the way they do things. And that's okay. So we have to stop shaming people for doing things differently than us. This is something that I have seen way too much of on social media. It is none of anyone's business how anyone else runs theirs.
if that makes sense. I feel like I'm just getting in like an angry tangent.
Unless somebody like puts it out there and asks for your opinion on something, most likely they probably don't want it. And just because it's on social media, I know people are gonna say,
oh, well, you know, if you put your life on social media, then you're just asking for other people's opinions.
no, sis, no. Just because I put something on social media, that doesn't mean that I necessarily want opinions on it. Now, if I say to you, do you think that I should price things lower or higher in my closet? And I make a poll about it, or I ask you guys, a question, of course, that's me asking for your opinion. Fire away your opinions. Tell me all of your opinions. But just because someone is putting something on social media and sharing it with you, that doesn't give you permission to just like hate on them or, give them your advice. Like when people are pregnant and people want to offer advice on how they think they should be going about their pregnancy or how they should be raising their child. They didn't ask for that. Just because you're pregnant doesn't mean you're asking for people's opinions. Now, if I ask you, then that's different. Does that make sense? Maybe that was completely just like a terrible analogy, but
it made sense to me.
So let's move on. I think I have rambled enough about the negativity. Let's get into some positive things. And these are 2 points that I really want to encourage you to do that can help you beat the negativity and to beat those negative thoughts and feelings that you may get from the things that I've talked about in this video. Point number 1 is stop comparing yourself to others. I know it's very, very easy to go on social media and to scroll through, and I've said this in the past, it's so easy to just like look at everybody's sales and look at everybody, like just killing it at the POSHMARK game and, just being boss babes, and you're sitting over here, it's been a $0 day and you haven't taken a shower in 2 days. And it's very easy to let that get you down and let you get defeated. If you find yourself doing that, find something else to inspire you. Whatever that is, figure it out and let that take up your free time. Let inspiring things into your life. It is okay to take a social media break. I do it all the time. Sometimes I just cannot go on Instagram. It makes me too sad. That being said, stop showing only highlights on your Instagram. This is something that I have started doing where I just show real life. I try to be as real as possible over on my Instagram because I am trying to be a shining beacon of hope in this negative world of social media. That was very theatrical and very unnecessarily dramatic. But yeah, I have talked about this a lot on my Instagram, where I encourage you guys to show the realness, show the mess. You know what? I'm going to show you the mess right now. Oh, hold on. Look at this. I have piles of stuff just like sitting here. Like, what is this basket? I don't know. All of this stuff is just like, I have clothes there. I have clothes there. I have 2 bags of things that need to go to Goodwill. I have some stuff on this rack. I have my steamer still sitting out from yesterday. Like, life is a mess, and that is okay, honey. Show it on Instagram. We are such a highlight reel society, and I think without even knowing it, it's just like it's a never-ending cycle. Like, we go on Instagram and we see everyone's highlights and we get depressed, and then we try to be that person who we think has the perfect life because they are just showing their highlights, and we try to just show our highlights because we have to look perfect because we're comparing ourselves to them. It's just like a vicious cycle. Do you see what I'm saying? And we have to stop doing that. So my encouragement to you today is to snap a picture of the mess. Snap a picture of you in your pajamas. Snap a picture of you know, your dirty hair. If you haven't washed your hair in a week, snap a picture of it. You know what I'm saying? Just like show the real life. Let's start encouraging each other and inspiring each other through real life instead of these highlighted moments, these cute little moments that portray something that's not real. It's not real. And you know what? There are some people who are just like
aesthetically pleasing as fuck.
Like their house is just beautiful. It looks like a Home and Gardens magazine, but that is very, very rare. Very rare. Like I can guarantee you that the majority of us have a mess in our house. We haven't done dishes in 3 days. You know, some of us are chasing around children and we've barely slept in 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? And that's real life. People relate to that. So that's my challenge of the day. Start showing the real life instead of your highlighted life. That's it. Mic drop.
Kanye 2020.
I'm going to end this video on a super, super positive note. My good friend, what? I've been watching too much Ladylike. If you guys don't watch the channel Ladylike, it's like a BuzzFeed channel, but it's 5 women who just run a channel and it's all about women. I highly suggest it. I will link that channel down below. A girl on there, she says friends, and if you watch it, you'll know who I'm talking about. But anyways, that's a sidetrack, but also it's a good one. My good friend Hannah Deals is on Instagram, and she is someone who inspires me on a daily basis. She has been one who has had to unfortunately put up with bullying from this community, from the community lashing out against her for the way that she runs her business. And she is such a strong woman, and she is just so inspiring and so amazing. If you guys don't already follow her on Instagram, I highly, highly recommend her. She is also the queen of flat lays, but I'm gonna link her Instagram down below. Go check her out. But she was talking about on her Instagram story the other day how Lady Gaga was on the Ellen DeGeneres show, and she was saying to Ellen that she loves that Ellen always ends her show by saying, be kind to one another. She was saying that she thought it was amazing that you were, you know, telling your followers to, or, you know, your followers and your fans, people who look up to you, to be kind and pushing a positive message on them instead of a negative one. That is something that really like stuck with me, and so I really want to start doing that on this channel, is really pushing like a positive message out into this community and hopefully changing it a little so that we can be the best that we can be. We can lift each other up and we can all be bosses. At the end of the day, I mean, we all just want to have successful businesses and we need to be lifting each other up. So from now on, from this day forth, wow, that was also, I'm very theatrical today. So this is what we're gonna start doing. Comment down below an inspirational quote, something that has inspired you today or tomorrow, whenever you think of it. Start leaving those comments in the comment sections of my videos from here on out, and I will be picking them at random to put in videos. At the end of every video, I'll pick a comment, I'll screenshot it, and I'll put it at the bottom of the screen, give you a little shout out. Also leave your Poshmark closet name in that comment so I can shout your closet out, and I will share your inspiration as well as your business. I think that is one thing that I can do to help this community. So I think I have talked enough. If you stayed until the end of this video,
God bless you. Good for you.
you deserve a trophy. Gold star stickers for everyone who stayed till the end. You're a trooper. Anyways, I'm gonna go now. If you like this video, please be sure and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's free. Join our little family here. We would love to have you. I put new videos out every Tuesday and Friday, and in the great words of the king himself, Harry Styles, treat people with kindness. I'll see you guys on Friday. Bye, guys.